Okay, so today we're going to talk all about social media. This is a big day, so make sure you have a notebook, you're ready to take notes because I've got a lot of information for you. Social media is so vital to our business. It's really you kind of have to think about it as you just opened a brand new business on Facebook. And so you have to start thinking like a business owner as you are posting on social media, what your profile looks like, everything like that. So I'm really going to just focus on Facebook today. I think your Facebook personal, just your regular personal Facebook page is where you should start your business because you already have a built-in social media following on there. You already have friends that are following your journey. You already have people to talk to, and that's why I think it's really just the best and easiest place to start. That being said, I think it is important to have, at least one or two other outlets where you can also share your journey on social media. But as a brand new coach, I think this is where you need to start. Some other options are, creating a like page on Facebook. That is a whole different training on how to create a successful like page. You can go to Instagram, YouTube. There's so many options, but really, when it comes down to it, Facebook is really the hub and the heart of our business. And for me personally, that's probably where 90 to 95% of my business comes from. I also do a little bit on Instagram, but for the most part, Facebook is where it's at, for real. So if you have a following on another social media platform and you feel really comfortable using that platform, then by all means go for it. Talk to me. I'll do some additional training for you on that. But for now, let's start with Facebook. So what you want to focus on right in the beginning of your business is you want to think about what 4 to 5 things define you and who you are. So for example, these are going to be the things that you want to post about on social media. So for me, the things that, kind of define me, that I'm about, that I want to share with people on social media are going to be health and fitness. So health and fitness is going to be one thing for you, more than likely. The other thing is I'm a mom. I'm a toddler mom, so I talk a lot about my daughter and the crazy things that she does and just the crazy mom stuff that goes on. With all of that, I am also a wife, so I talk a lot about my husband and our life traveling for his career because he's a professional athlete. So that's another thing that I like to talk about. I also like to talk a lot about clean eating and different recipes that I'm trying because that's something that I just enjoy doing. And then I also like to talk about my faith. And then just some other fun things that I like to share about me, like everybody on my social media following pretty much knows that I'm like obsessed with chocolate. So that's something that I kind of talk about a lot. But that's just kind of like a fun thing. So maybe something fun for you. Maybe your kids say funny things all the time. So maybe that's something you might want to share. Or maybe you love Disney and that's something about you. Or maybe you love football or basketball, or, you just have a special interest. Maybe you're into sewing, or what is it that makes up who you are? It's not just health and fitness. It's, there's so many different things that make up who you are. So I want you to kind of start creating this brand around you and the things you like and that you are passionate about. And one of those things is going to be health and fitness. Okay. So just, write down on paper right now, what are your 4 to 5 things that's your niche? Like, what do you want to talk about? The reason you're going to do this is because you want to start branding you. And when you start talking about those 4 to 5 things, every single day on Facebook, people that are like you are going to become attracted to you. And you're going to start seeing more people in your life trickle in that are similar, have similar interests as you, have similar stories as you, and you're just going to be able to connect with those people really well. So one thing that I want to make sure you guys know is you don't ever want to share like stock photos on your social media. And by that I mean like things that you find on Pinterest, like stock quotes where it's just like a quote and like a white background, or a quote and like, I don't know, just like some sort of inspirational quote. That's the type of stuff that I wouldn't share because the whole point of your social media is to set you apart from every other Beachbody coach. You don't want to be generic. When people come to your social media, they're immediately deciding if they know who you are, and they're immediately deciding if they like you or not. And so if you're authentic and you are sharing, instead of like a quote that you found on Pinterest, you can use that quote and take a picture of you working out and use an app like WordSwag, or these are just some apps that I like to use, WordSwag, Rona Design, Photofy, and put that quote on the picture of you. So the idea is that you really just want to start branding yourself and not Beachbody. So you're not using stock photos from Beachbody of, Autumn Calabrese doing the 21-day fix. You're using you doing the 21-day fix. You're using you, showing your containers and the recipes that you're trying. Like, this is you, this is your life. You want to set yourself apart and really focus on just sharing value with your followers and branding yourself on social media. So think of those 4 to 5 things that you want to talk about and definitely write those down. The next thing that I want to make sure that you guys know is that social media is all about consistency. So as a rule of thumb, post at least 3 times a day on social media. So I would say, sorry, my Facebook is beeping. I would say post 3 to 5 times a day on social media, and you have to be really consistent with this. And I know it might seem like a lot right now, because if you're like me, I never really posted on social media, rarely ever, before I became a Beachbody coach. And so to post 3 to 5 times a day was like, that's scary. But what I want you to remember is that only 7% of your Facebook friends actually see a post that you post at that given time, because not everybody's on Facebook all the time. Not everybody is watching everything you're doing. And if you don't have a high affinity on Facebook, which I'm going to explain in a minute, then more than likely there's only a very small percentage of people that are actually going to see your posts in their newsfeed. And it's only if you're interacting with them on a daily basis. So and then also remember, like, people are at work, so they're only on Facebook usually early in the morning and lunchtime, and then in the evenings. So rule of thumb, those are the best times to post. So if you post 3 times a day, post morning, lunchtime, and evening time. So the more that you post, the more you're going to get your, message out there, the more people are going to start seeing your posts. So if you're posting 3 to 5 times a day, 7% will see it in the morning, 7% will see it in the evening, 7% will see it in the afternoon. So your chances of reaching more people that might be interested in what is going on in your life is a lot higher than if you only post 1 time a day. Your business is going to grow a little bit faster if you post more. And don't be worried that, people are going to think, just don't be worried about what people are going to think, because more than likely they're not seeing all your posts anyways. So don't worry about that. Now, the more you post on Facebook, the more and the more interaction you get on your post, that means that your affinity on Facebook is going to grow. And what affinity is it's Facebook's popularity system. That's basically what it is in a nutshell. So if Facebook sees that people are interacting on your posts, they're going to say, okay, this person's post is important, so we're going to move it up in the newsfeed, and it's going to show up in more people's newsfeeds. So a big problem I get with brand new coaches is they, make their business launch posts, or, they start posting all this great content, and they're really excited, and they're like, nobody's commenting on my post, nobody's liking on anything. And it's because you have a very low affinity. I know I did as a new coach, because I hadn't been posting before. And so what you really need to do is focus on getting your engagement up. And the way you can do that is, number 1, by interacting on other people's posts. So, go to their pages, start commenting and liking on stuff that they're doing. And the more you can be interested in other people, the more, instead of just focusing on being interesting, the better. Go to their pages, You can also, when you start messaging people, which we're going to talk about in a minute, that will help boost your engagement, because as soon as Facebook sees that you're interacting with a specific person, it's going to start showing your post to that person when they're online, more than likely. So that's just a little bit of a tip for you guys on how to get your posts to show up more in the newsfeed. One thing I want to make sure you guys know is, when you're posting on social media, do not be a billboard for Beachbody. Beachbody puts in millions of dollars into their marketing. And as coaches, we don't need to be marketing for Beachbody. We need to be marketing us, because we have to set ourselves apart, right? Like I just said. And you want to be just authentically sharing your journey. Don't post links to, the biggest mistake I see new coaches make is they want to post up a link, hey, join my challenge group. Here's my link to join. No, because that just comes off as salesy. That comes off as, I just want you to buy something from me. I don't even know what you're doing. Don't do that. Don't post the stock photos of Shanti or Payo and, that type of thing. Post you doing the workouts. Post you trying the different recipes. Post you, on your journey, sharing it authentically. And if you're doing the vital behaviors every day, you're doing your workout and you're drinking Shakeology, you're going to have stuff to share and that you can talk about. So rule of thumb is that 80% of your posts should just be personal. So it should be those 4 things that are going on in your life outside of health and fitness, because you've got to give that connective tissue to the people that are following you. Not everybody is going to connect with you over health and fitness. It might be a connection because you're both moms, or it might be a connection because you both go to the same church, or because you both love to go running, or whatever it is. You've got to give people a reason to like you other than just health and fitness. And so that's kind of really the stuff that you want to be talking about is your life. 80% of the time, 20% of the time, it's going to be fitness. So really think about your life as like a reality show. What would you share on social media if your life was a reality show? And that's really all your Facebook is going to become. It's going to become your like mini reality TV show for yourself. Your life doesn't have to be super interesting or anything like that. I was always worried about that as a new coach. Just go out and share what you're doing. Share your workouts. Share the recipes you're trying. Share the crazy things that happen with you and your kids, or the traveling that you do, or how you make clean eating fit in with your busy lifestyle, or how Shakeology helps you, get more energy when you're at work, things like that. Like, think about what could add value to somebody else's life and that's going on in your own that you could share on social media. So another rule of thumb, make sure that you're always being positive on social media. Do not go out talking about, my life sucks, like all of this, negative stuff is happening to me, I hate my life. Like, don't do that, guys. Your job as a Beachbody coach is to be a light in somebody else's life, to show them what's possible, to be an inspiration. So think about posting positive, uplifting things. Does that mean every day is going to be perfect? No. But you can post things like, I was exhausted this morning and I did not want to get up and do my workout, but because I'm a coach and because my challengers are holding me accountable, I got up and did it anyways, and now I feel amazing. So if there is something negative going on in your life, turn it around to become a positive. And if you can't do that, then just don't share it. Don't talk about religion, don't talk about politics, anything that could, just be off-putting to other people. And that's just really not, in my opinion, Facebook is not the place for that kind of stuff. And you want to just draw in people that have positive, like-minded views that you do, but it doesn't need to be based around that type of information. So just really focus on sharing your life, your journey with your health and fitness, and your journey in whatever else it is that you've got going in your life, those 4 things. While you're doing that, you're also going to be sprinkling in this opportunity. So I want you to be sharing at least 3 times a week something about your challenge groups. How are they helping you? How is it helping you stay more accountable? How do you feel? How are your challengers doing once you start getting challengers into your challenge groups? Like, what results are they seeing? You know, you can be sharing call to actions, which we're going to talk a little bit more about. I'm going to share with you guys a document on social media post ideas. I also have below this video a photo of kind of like a posting template to give you ideas on what to post throughout the day. But the biggest thing is just be authentic. Don't be salesy. Don't be a salesperson. Don't post your link. And don't say, that is the most off-putting thing when I see people from like different companies like posting like stock photos like, I'm buying, 10 products today. Does anybody want some? There's a sale going on. Just don't be that person. That is not attractive. That is not drawing people into your business. And it's not really inspiring anybody. And that's really our job. So the next thing that you really want to do on social media, so we kind of talked about posting. Now we're going to kind of talk about like the back end, of what you kind of have to do behind the scenes on social media. So you want to be consistently adding to your network. So adding 3 to 5 new people to your Facebook friends list every single day is really important. Why? Because eventually the friends that you have, you're going to run through that warm market. And so you always have to be talking to new people. You always have to have new people that you can invite to your challenge groups. You always have to have new people that you can be connecting with. And that could potentially need your help because, guys, there are so many people in the world that you're not connected to on Facebook right now that could use your help. So add 3 to 5 people every single day. You can do this through Facebook has like a little list it usually brings up, and it shows like people you may know. So you can kind of scroll through those. Who else do I know here? Add them as friends. You could go to like your husband's page and see, who of his friends can you add. You could go to some of your, like old high school friends, old college friends. You can get involved in like different Facebook groups. Like special interest groups, like mom groups or running groups, whatever it is that you might be interested in, kind of make friends and get to know people there and add them as friends. There's lots of different ways to do that, but just make sure that you are making an effort to connect with 3 to 5 new people a day. All right. So what do you do when you add those 3 to 5 new people a day? You also have to connect with them. So if they add you back, which, most likely they will if you have a couple mutual friends with them, send them a message or go to their page and comment on one of their photos and just say, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful photo. You guys look great. Something like that. Or send them a message. And one thing you can do is just kind of send a hey girl message, which is basically just a way of connecting with somebody. You're not talking about Beachbody, you're not talking about fitness, you're just saying, hey, how are you? It's been forever since we got connected or since I saw you, back in high school. What are you up to these days? How is your family? Just start a conversation and get to know people. Really, this business is 100% about building relationships, and that comes first before business. So if you are getting to know people and you're sending out those hey girl messages and really connecting and engaging with people every single day, that's what's going to bring you in business in the long term. Because people need to get to know you, they need to trust you before they work with you, and they need to really just see your journey on social media to get inspired by you and to know what it is that you've got going on. So make sure that you're being consistent with sending those hey girl messages and really just getting connected with new people. You can also go to your Facebook friends list and send those hey girl messages out to people on your friends list that you maybe haven't talked to in a long time, because right now those people that say you went to high school with them or you haven't talked to them in 5-6 years, they're probably not going to see your posts either, even though you're friends with them, because you haven't talked to them in 6 years on Facebook or engaged with them at all. So send them a message or go and comment on their pictures and really just connect with them and engage. All right, so as far as your content goes, really just focus on adding value. And that's really the key word with our business. Add value every single day. This is a total startup. And so you kind of need to think of your Facebook as your business platform. This is your marketing platform. And what do you want people to see about you and your business to make a decision eventually on if they're going to join you or not? So I am going to really quickly share my screen with you and kind of help you understand how to clean up your Facebook a little bit and, make it open for business, basically. Okay, so let me go to Facebook really quick. Just so you guys know exactly what I am talking about when I explain all of this. So this is your personal page. The couple things that you really want to focus on to make sure that your business is up and ready and looks professional and nice is first, make sure you have a nice cover photo and profile picture. So make sure your profile picture is of you. It's not of your kid. It's not of your dog. It's not of you and your entire family. It's just you. It's a nice picture of you so that when people come to your page, they know who you are, they know what you look like. Because when you start having conversations with people, if they know what you look like, they're going to have a better feeling of who you are and if they can trust you or not than if they see a picture of your dog. I don't know about you, but I cannot even get a sense for who somebody is if I don't know what they look like. And if I like them or not. So make sure that when people come to your page, they're not confused by who you are. Make sure that your Facebook name is your actual name. So it's not a joint account with your husband where it's two different names. It's not, Beachbody Coach Jackie. It's just your name. Okay, because when people see that, they want to know, okay, this is a normal person. I don't know, you just don't want them to be confused. You want them to know who you are. You don't want them to feel uncomfortable because they don't know if they're talking to a man or a woman. You want them to know, I'm either a guy or I'm a girl, and this is what I look like, and just have no confusion, because that's just, somewhat off-putting, I think, if you can't really connect with somebody. Make sure that your cover photo looks nice. Make sure it represents you and who you are. It doesn't have to be anything professional. I made this one on pickmonkey.com. It's a free website where you can go and design photos and cover photos. You can also use canva.com, canva.com. Make sure it represents you in your life. So, for example, this one clearly shows that I'm a mom. It shows I have a family, my girlfriends, my team over there, and it also shows that I'm some sort of business or fitness coach or whatever. So people can kind of just see that and get a sense for what I'm about and who I am. And you really just want people to know who you are. Another thing you can do is right here on your intro, make sure that this is representative of who you are as well. So explain, something about you, maybe those 4 things that make up who you are. For me, basketball wife, mom of 1. This is a little bit about my story. I've struggled with, career, and now I'm a girl boss. And then the things that I love. So I don't know, just make it you, make it unique. And then for where it says where you work or whatever your occupation, do not make this say Beachbody Coach. Why? Because people are going to look at this, because let's face it, people are nosy. They want to know what you do. They want to know who you are if you add them as a friend, right? So what you want to do is, you can make this say health and fitness coach. You can make it say, fit lifestyle coach. You can make it say CEO, something like that. But if you put Beachbody, the reason why I advise you not to do that is because as Beachbody becomes a more well-recognized company, people are going to associate it with, you know, a network marketing company. And let's face it, there's a lot of network marketing companies that give us give network marketing a bad rep. And so you just want people to really feel comfortable talking to you. And if that's the first thing that they see is that you're a Beachbody coach, they might, I don't know, they might not be as interested in just having a conversation with you and getting to know you first. So that's why I recommend not putting that there. And when you do create a business page, I have this link to my Facebook business page. I don't think that you need to start one of those today. I think that within the next 30 to 60 days, as you are expanding your network, I think it's a great idea to start one. But let's master your personal page first and then move over to your fitness page. But when you do develop a fitness page, I think it's a great idea to link it right here. All right, so really just kind of clean up your Facebook as well. Make sure that all of your pictures are, not incriminating in any way. This is your business. You want to look professional. You don't want to have pictures of you smoking and drinking, unless that's part of your brand, which, hey, go for it if it is. But just make sure that, my kind of rule of thumb is if I don't want my grandma to see it, then it's probably not going to go on my Facebook. So clean that up. Because when people are coming to your Facebook page, they're really deciding if they want to work with you or not, or if they like you or not. So just be positive, be uplifting, and, just share authentically who you are. And I just wanted to give you guys one example, like how I was talking about, don't share stock photos. Like I could have just shared, what does healthy look like or whatever. From Pinterest, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to make this me. I'm going to inspire people. So I give them really great, valuable content in the text, but then I made a picture of me actually working out and said, what does healthy look like? And I used an app to do that. And then the rest, I'm just sharing my life. I'm sharing my kids. And if you guys, I'm going to give you guys a document that shares a little bit about, just basically gives you some examples of what good posts look like that you can use to help you. But biggest thing it is, share you. Like people want to see your face. It's called Facebook for a reason. They want to see selfies. They want to see what you look like. They want to see what you're eating. This is an example of a call to action. So this is the type of stuff you're not posting every single day, maybe once, maybe 2, maybe 3 times a week at the max. It's a call to action to join my next challenge group. So the things that I want people to know when they're coming to my Facebook page are, that I'm some sort of health and fitness coach. They know that, how Beachbody has changed my life because I'm talking about it every single week on my page. I want them to know that I have some sort of opportunity like this challenge group that they can join, so they know when they go to my page within a few scrolls that there's an opportunity. And they also need to know, basically like that they could do this too, really. So if you're sharing about the coaching opportunity, right here, I'm talking about the coaching opportunity and how I have, an opportunity for them to join me. So make sure that someone could know that with you in a few scrolls of your Facebook. All right, guys, that is going to wrap up our social media training for the day. See you all later. Bye.